my favourite characters, Guzzle, because amazingly enough, I'd discovered Guzzle on the TF Wiki site and really took a shine to the guy because of his character design from the IDW profile book and the fact that he was an Autobot tank, because you don't get that many Autobot tanks. I think I can only name Warpath and Slammer off the top of my head, who are Autobot tanks, and just everything about Guzzle, what I read about him, really appealed to me. And then his character again gets fleshed out from this series, because as we learn in Dead Man's Boots, he initially, well, according to this, it's not canon, but he initially rejected Springer's offer of joining the Wreckers, but then he accepted again after he learned that Cup was on the team, because obviously a lot of his buds died saving Cup. So that was cool. And as I've said earlier, Perceptor bringing his old side, his old Perceptor style, along with being this new IDW revamp that we got from All Hail Megatron. That was cool, because Perceptor is a scientist who can kick you in the ass and enjoy it at the same time. And I liked the interaction of Springer and Impactor, because obviously Springer was the one responsible for Impactor being in G9, and he's grown accustomed to his role as leader of the Wreckers. He is used to people following his orders, and then Impactor just comes out of nowhere. He was referring to him as Kid all the time, not following his orders initially, maybe like issue 2 and partway through issue 3, and then they start to get back together. Well, not get back together, but they start to get respect for each other again after they're in the Spark extraction chamber. That again, I need to remember this guy's name, the one that put them into that chamber. It's not readily available, so I'll look later. But yeah, when they're fighting and Springer stabs that guy in the face, that's cool. But that's the whole Springer Impact. I think gets better and better, and finally comes to fruition after Overlord has taken Springer's face, and then Impactor is and after that big long fight, Impactor's about to kill him, and he's like, "I'm doing this for Springer, bosh. Actually, I won't kill you, because that's what Springer would want. He wouldn't want you to die. He wants you to face your crimes." Overlord just destroying everything. If this is his first European appearance, I think Nick Roach gave us an amazing character, nailed right on the head. He's a great Decepticon, and he's like Six Shot, in that he's powerful enough to take everything on, but unlike Six Shot, he doesn't have emotional detachment. Six Shot is all, "Oh, I'm remorseful, I'm a weapon, I don't want to be a weapon." But then Overlord is like, "I'm a weapon, I glory in this, but I don't want to be a controlled weapon, so fuck you, Megatron, I'm just going to go kill everything I want," because he can. Like I said, Iron Fist being every fanboy ever in this continuity, because he just absolutely loves the Wreckers, all his declassifieds, Physitron and all that. It's just amazing. And right at the end, is Prowl really that crooked? Personally, from his Spotlight Prowl that we've got as part of the ongoing, I'm of the opinion that he would destroy that data slug, because the reason he sent them to Garrus 9 in the first place was to stop the Decepticons getting the information so they could use it as propaganda. So why, after he has got this data slug, or USB stick, after he's got this data slug, why would he keep it with the possibility that it might be used in the future against the Autobots, or be released by the Autobots, as this Supreme Chief Justice Tyrest would want? Who knows, but I think he could possibly do it. The art duties, the series artist and the supporting artists. Obviously Nick Roach was the main guy. Nick Roach and Josh Burkham were the primary team doing most of the work in terms of pencils and colouring. Again, top notch. Love both those guys in everything they've done so far. I think that Nick Roach is the only person ever who should be allowed to draw Hot Rod and Cup, because he gets them bang on the head. And then Josh Burkham, amazing colours in the Beast Wars. I think he did Gathering and some of Ascending, if I'm not mistaken. He does some amazing stuff. Always loved it. Obviously Nick is supported by, again, I'm probably saying this wrong, Guido Guidi, supported by him for this series. I think only in issues 3 and 4, and I believe Guido's colorist is this woman, Joanna Lafinette. She's good. She seems to go well with Guido's style. My overall feelings on the art and the colouring, again, what I really like, awesome work by Nick, what I really like by Nick Roach's style is it's really reminiscent of G1, but still giving it a modern day feel. It's not like what E.J. Su did, where he kept the blockiness, but kind of he gave them all their modern day vehicle modes, and in some cases had to change their robot modes. What obviously Nick does, because most of them are transforming into Cybertronian vehicles or are characters that we've never really seen other than toys before, he gives them their own feel. He gives them a G1 feeling, yet modern, which is exactly what I said. That's why I really like what he does there. And I find that Guido's work does something similar, but it feels a little grittier, a little more real than Nick's does, because Nick's reminds me of G1 so much, like the cartoon. What Guido's does is kind of give it a bit of realism, because obviously in All Hail Megatron he had to be like that, and it complements it. You know, it gives you a change of pace. Josh Bertram up to his usual standard, great stuff, amazing colorist. Really brings out the colour in every scene that he does, especially that scene there where Overlord's just, you know, looking at Verity like, "I'm gonna kill you, boy or girl." Just all of it. Every page that Josh does brings it to life. It's in motion but standing still. Cliche for the win. And again, Joanna, I think she only does the colouring for Guido, and really I think it goes well, because it reminds me of All Hail Megatron. Maybe she did the colouring for All Hail Megatron, I don't know, I'll have to look it up. But it goes well with it, because you can see the difference between not only Nick's art and Guido's art, but you can see the difference between Josh's colouring and her colouring. Not that one's better than the other, they're different, complementary, and I like it, basically. Also, there's this thing about the hand-drawn Autobot and Decepticon symbols that Nick does versus the photoshopped ones that Guido does. Personally, I think it's dependent on the scene. If it's an action scene where it is very apparent the character should be moving, twisting, turning, I think Nick's approach works the best, because you can draw the symbol along the contours of the body, the way it should be looked at, and that kind of thing. Whereas if it's photoshopped on, it's just there, it's just a box, it's slapped on, there's no motion to it. Whereas if it's a distance shot, you know, if it's a long way away, or if it's a talkie panel where they're all discussing things, I think the photoshopped ones work as better there, because they're not in motion, basically, and it looks a bit cleaner. So, you know, it's one or the other. My favourite things about the art are consistently how Cup is drawn. He's got his old gnarled face from his from his spotlight in it, and his body is all shiny and new, because he's basically a pretender, which I really like. It's like a visual nod to Spotlight Cup, while still referencing the Coda issue that that told us why Cup is still around and not gone schizo and has the cigar or cigar. Again, as I've said, Impactor's first appearance is just full of win. Just big explosion, Impactor coming out. You know, you're lying if you didn't gasp and go cool when you saw that. Perceptor's upside down sniping. Not only because it breaks the laws of physics, well, maybe it does, I don't know, but it also looks bloody cool. Damn glare, looks bloody cool there. Just sniping Decepticons out of the out of the hole in the ship. Again, as I've said, Overlord's looming, just sitting there going, yeah, you're fucked now, Verity. I love that bit as well. The sacrifice of Top Spin and Twin Twist, where it's just the spark. It took me a while to figure out what was what. Sorry about this glare. You got obviously the three beams of light being the rise in the mouth, the spark in the middle, and they're just saying that till all are one mantra, motto. I just love that. I love that panel, because it's just indicative of the whole series, I think. Two things happening, one sort of random whatever. Guzzle being ripped in half. Bloody hell, man. I really thought that was the end for Guzzle. Just that there. Hold on, let me just try and angle it. So, yeah, just Guzzle's being ripped apart completely. Obviously, he gets better. They put him back together. But it's just like, whoa. It's like Megatron versus Jazz from the film. Impactor standing over the bodies of Squadron X. Oh, he's just got all the slugs in their head. Let me get to it. Should have really been there already. Yeah, here we go. You can see they've each... Hold on, get rid of the glare. They've each got a nice bullet hole in their heads, and Impactor's just standing there looking very awesome and sullen with his smoking gun. Very cool. And obviously Impactor going to Springer, "Give me your face," and then saying, "Cool." That's just brutal. Better than anything in Revenge of the Fallen. And any part with Overlord's flaming skeleton, which is basically... Oh, no, it's going to fuck with the brightness. Basically, in my opinion, a reference to every Terminator film ever. You know, just the... I'm going to kill you because I'm a flaming skeleton. My overall feelings on the series: very enjoyable, great read, very important part of the mythos. I like everything they did. Like I said, adds maturity to IDW, the depth to the series. I want to see more of this kind of thing, to be honest, because I think I read somewhere that the reason they did this whole relaunch with the ongoing series was to get new readers interested, maybe younger readers as well. But then you've got stuff like Spike's Booty Call. But no, I just want... What I really like and what I want more of is the depth it goes into about the war itself. Because, I mean, it's all well and good, the cartoon series as a kid. Autobots good, Decepticons evil, Autobots always win. I think I did that right. Autobots always... I think that was the Autobot, but it doesn't matter. Autobots always win. So, it adds a whole new dimension to it. 'Cause it's like, the Autobots aren't always good, the Decepticons aren't always evil, throws it all up in the air, and then it shows us what war does to people, especially in the extra stuff that you get in the trade. Specifically, this 11-page story, Bullets, by James Roberts, which was done in addition to it. I think I want to do a separate review on that, because it deserves it, it's long enough to need it, and I think I've really overrun on my time at the moment anyway. And I'll probably do... maybe a Wrecker's addendum review where I get all their profiles, and look at that art, isn't that cool? Proper film poster, that's awesome. But yeah, I'll do one about Bullets and the character profiles from the issues and the two extra ones you get in this, Overlord and Snare. But yeah, overall, love the series. Can't wait for Nick's next big thing. So yeah, that's that for Last Stand of the Wreckers. Hope you enjoyed watching it. And wait and see what I do next.